What's really good, my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it again with another video. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and as always, I just want to send you all nothing but positive energy so that you all may have a wonderful day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Now today I decided to revisit an old deck of mine, and thank you all so much who participate in my community polls when I asked what kind of decks you guys would like to see. So the Weather Painters actually received quite a lot of votes, so I'm just here to deliver to you guys, and I will go over the deck in detail at the end of the video, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just jump right into these spicy replays. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider like, comment, subscribe to the kid. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Let's jump right into this video. Alright, my people, welcome to game number 1. And we're gonna go up against Tearlaments, and our hand is actually looking pretty good. So we have our Dimensional Fissure, which is the Tearlament killer. We have a Bestial, we have the Weather Painter Thunder, and we have our starter, the Weather Painter Snow. So we're going to activate Dimensional Fissure, normal summon Snow. Snow is going to allow us to search for our Snowy Canvas, and then Snowy Canvas, when we can banish Snow, and then we can search for another weather card. So you always want to search for the field spell. The field spell is very, very important. And then the field spell has one effect, is that you can set a weather spell or trap card directly face up to your field. So you always want to set up one of your trap cards, so that way you don't have to wait a turn to activate. And this time I always go for Rainbow, because Rainbow allows us to special summon a weather monster from our deck directly to our field, as long as our opponent controls one monster. So it's a good way to get resources onto a field as quickly as possible. And then the second effect of the field spell is that it allows us to normal summon another weather monster from our hand. So initially we can get 2 normal summons in one. Alright, so our opponent is going to activate the field spell, get himself a Sharon. He's going to normal summon the Squamata. So here I'm going to banish my Thunder so that I can special summon my Aurora. And then the Aurora has the effect that it protects my back row pretty much. Not the Dimensional Fissure, but my weather card. So if my opponent has like a Harpy's Feather Duster, the Dimensional Fissure will get wiped, but my canvas are all safe. So she protects your back row. And then here also, he goes into the Timekeeper Doer. So in my mind, I'm thinking, alright, he's probably going to make a Zeus. And then I don't want my Aurora to be destroyed, so I banish her using the Snowy Canvas, getting myself a Cloud. And then just as I expected, he goes into a Zeus, which is, you know, smart on his part, so he can get rid of my Dimensional Fissure. Then he's going to activate the Scream, and it's back to us. But first we're going to activate the Saronir. He's going to hit me with the Max C, so he's going to be able to draw 1. And then another thing that you have to keep in mind when playing this deck is actually the placement of your monsters and your canvas. So you always want to have the weather monsters underneath a free link space. So since the Zeus was here, I should have actually put the Saronir on this side, because that means this is my spot to put my link monster, and then you want to have your weather monsters on these spots. But it's all good, it's all good. Little misplay just to keep in mind. And then our monsters, they come back at the end of the end phase. So again, we're going to normal summon our Snow, get back our Snowy. Snowy's going to search for our field spell, and then it's like right back to where we started. This time I'm going to set the Thundery Canvas, and then the Thundery Canvas has sort of like a unicorn effect. Whenever our weather monsters attack an opponent's monster, we're able to send that card back to the deck. And what's great about this trap card is that it doesn't target. So against like Avramax or anything like that, it's perfect. And then here our field spell has another effect, which we're able to link summon using our back row. So in this case we used the Snowy Canvas, we used Thundery, and we used Thunder to link summon our boss monster. And then Cloud has an effect that whenever our weather cards get sent to the graveyard, we can target 2 of those cards in the graveyard and set them back to our field. So we can kind of recycle our resources. So we get back our Searcher, and we get our So using Thundery, we spin back the Zeus, and now we can attack our opponent for game. And he's going to be a crybaby. He's not going to allow me to do lethal on him. But that's pretty much Weather Painter in a nutshell. I thought this was just a good game to showcase what the deck kind of does and what it wants to do. But yeah, let's continue killing these Tearlament cats. Alright, my people, welcome to game number 2. And this time we are going second, and our hand is not as good as our first, but we'll make it work. So he's going to activate Foolish Burial, send in the Kelbeck so that he can mill about 5-6 cards. And he's going to activate the Merly so that he can fusion summon. I'm going to hit him with the Max C so you see if I can draw into anything. Alright, then using the Merly and the Halfness, he's going to go into that big bad girl, the almighty Kit Kalos. Bring that shorty out here. Alright, she's going to activate, but we got that Infinite Impermanence. Put a stop to that real quick. Alright, and then that's all he wrote. Now it's back to us. We got Pot of Prosperity, so we're going to banish 6 so that we can dig into our deck and see what we can get. And look what was on the top of the deck was the killer, bro. Like, this is just God's plan right here, baby. So we get that Dimensional Fissure, set that bad boy down. He's going to hit me with the Maxi. And then unfortunately we only have the Thundery, but this time since we don't have the field spell, we have to place the Thundery face down on the field. He's going to activate the Magna Hut, banishing my Bestial so he can get himself a Druid's Worm. Alright, and then if you're worrying about my field spell, I was just testing a true Draco card. So this field spell kind of helps you get a true Draco card to my hand. But I needed to pop one of my cards and I don't want to pop any of my cards, so that's why I didn't activate it. Alright, he's going to attack with the Bestial, so I'm going to flip the Thundery so I can spin back his Bestial. And he's going to hit me with the Kit Kalo. He's going to hit me with the, what is it, the Shizu card. Alright, so it's back to us. We draw Harpy's Feather Duster. Unfortunately, not what we needed, but all good in the hood. Alright, he's going to activate the Medora so that he can spin back 3 cards into his deck. Then using the Thundery, I'm going to spin back his Kit Kalos. Alright, then the Thundery comes back to us. He's going to activate. Damn, bro. He spin back the field spell. He ended up drawing right into it. Alright, he's going to activate the Sharon. Activate the Scream. My man does not learn. He's going to attack into my monster, but I'm able to spin him back. And then he's like really now just being an idiot, bro. He's going to special summon the Sharon. The Sharon's going to mill 3 cards. And so he milled now 2 Rhino Hearts. So that's him running out of resources right now for being an idiot. And then again, bro, he's gonna activate the Screen, milling more cards. So now he milled his 3rd Rhino Heart. He milled a freaking Havness. So now all these cards are banished. Alright, so now we're gonna spin back that Havness. Now we get to attack him and attack him again. I just thought this game was just hilarious, bro, because my opponent, bro, like, I don't know. Dimensional Fissures on the field, bro. Like, why are you sending cards to the graveyard? And then he just never learns, bro. He keeps attacking into my monsters, bro. We keep spinning the monster and he keeps special summoning. He keeps banishing his own cards. Like, bro, this just lets you know the freaking capacity that these freaking Tearlament players have when it comes to using their brain power, bro. Like, they're all just like 90% brain dead. I'm guessing he's probably reading this card saying like send this to the graveyard, so he's thinking, well, it must go to the graveyard, not to the banish zone. But anyways, now we get the pop off. We get our Snowy Canvas, we get our field spell. And then this card right here, we're able to bounce back a spell or trap that our opponent has. So I'm going to spin back this card, prevent him from activating it. Alright, so then our Weather Painter monsters, they come back. And then now, since I have 3 Weather Canvas on the field plus my field spell, I'm able to use these 3 spell cards and go into our boss monster. But our opponent, he's just gonna call it quits, bro. Like, learn how to read, bro. Go pick up a book, homie, because you just killed your own self. Like, yo, he's... I spin back his card. He's special summon his monsters, and then he ends up banishing his own monsters. Like, come on, bro. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, my people. Welcome to game number 3. And here, I believe we're going to go up against the OTK deck. What is it? The Numerons. So we activate Snowy, normal summon Cloud, activate Snowy's effect, get our field spell, activate the field spell, setting our rainbow, then activate our field spell second effect to normal summon another weather painted monster. And then Cloud comes back to us, and then we set infinite impermanence. And then here he's gonna activate Forbidden Droplet, and he ends up sending 2 cards. So he ends up sending 2 limited removal. So I'm gonna end up activating Cloud, and Forbidden Droplet, it has to negate. If you send 2, then you have to negate 2 monsters. So because I send my Cloud, he's not able to negate 2 monsters, so then it just flips on him. Like, it Forbidden Droplet just flops on him. So now he negates nothing. And he's gonna activate Left Hand Offering, getting himself the field spell. And he's gonna activate the field spell. And then he's going to start getting his Numeron cards out here. Alright, and then now I activate Rainbow so I can special summon my Snow. Then I'm going to activate Infinite Impermanence. So now this card is not going to be able to give this card an attack boost, so I'm safe from lethal. Alright, and then using those 4 monsters, you already know what they do. They're going to go into Avermax. So this duel right here can kind of show you how you can kind of get rid of towers. Or, you know, cards that are unaffected by monster effect and stuff like that. So like the Avermax. And then this time I summon my monsters on this side of the field because, again, like I said in game 1, you need to have these monsters underneath your link spot, because they are going to become Omni Negates under your link spot. So we activate our weather. We're going to get the Thundery. So the Thundery right here at the start of damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish this card, return that opponent monster to the hand. So this is how you can kind of get rid of Avermax or any tower that your opponent may summon. And then using the 3 fields, using the 3 back rows, we're able to go into our Link monster, and then this is pretty much like an Omni Negate. As long as you have weather monsters underneath her, then you have 3 Omni Negates right now on the field. And then Cloud is going to recycle our canvases. So we're going to activate our Thundery Canvas to spin back the Avermax, and then we're going to smack them. Alright, then we're going to set our second Infinite Impermanence. And then our monster is going to come back to us. And our opponent is going to scoop, bro. And that's how you deal with Numerons and Avermax. So I just thought I just wanted to show this, you know, just so that you guys can see how you can deal with Avermax and any tower that your opponent may have. But let's keep it moving. Alright, my guys and girls, welcome back. This is game number 4, I believe. And we're going to go second. I think this is against Tearlaments. And then in this deck, in this game right here, it kind of goes at a slow start, but I wanted to showcase this specific duel just to show you how well the deck can perform in the grind game, because I believe here we go for like about 10 turns. But yeah, so this card right here allows us to spin back a spell or trap that our opponent may have. So we just spin back that card just in case if it's a trap card, he has to wait now another turn again to be able to activate. He's going to activate the Foolish Burial Good, sending the brand that we gained to the graveyard. And then that's all he wrote, so it's back to us. We draw into a Bestial. Our weather monster comes back to us. We normal summon Cloud. And then he has a Medora. So we cannot beat over that, so we're just going to have to pass turn. Alright, then here our opponent is going to activate the Rhino Heart. Then he's going to send the Sharon, I believe, to the graveyard. Oh no, the Halfness to the graveyard. Then he's going to make a Time Thief Redoer. And then here I thought he was going to make a Zeus. So I get rid of my Cloud because I really need my Cloud to recycle my weather monsters from the graveyard, like my Spell and Traps. So So I get hit for 2400. And then he sets one, he actually passed. So he didn't go into a Zeus. I thought he would go to the Zeus to get rid of the Dimensional Fissure. Okay, so he's gonna activate the Time Thiever Duel. He's gonna suck up my second Dimensional Fissure. Alright, and then the Thunder has an effect that you can send a face-up continuous spell you control to the graveyard, and then you can place one weather spell or trap from your deck face-up. So we send the rainy canvas so that we can set the snowy canvas, and then now using Cloud's effect we can get back the rainy canvas. And then using Thunder's effect we can banish ourselves to trigger the snowy canvas, which is going to search us for our starter. So now we normal summon Snowy. Snowy's going to get us our thundery canvas. So this is going to be able to spin back a monster. Alright, he's going to activate his Time Thiever Duel, trying to suck up another card. And before he does that, I search for my field spell because I really need a field spell just in case if he ends up sucking my field spell. And then our monsters come back to us. And he's going to normal summon the Hafness. And then again, he's just going to be an asshole and get rid of my resources by stealing it and then discarding it. Alright, then I'm going to hit him with the Raigeki. He's going to have the Crime, which is great. I was just trying to bait anything that he may have in the back row. So the baiting the Crime is actually huge because now I can activate my field spell without it being negated. Then we're going to set the Rainbow, and then using the oh, but he's going to hit me with the Super Poly. I forgot about that. And then he's going to go into the Moon Dragon. And then I thought here he knew my deck because this was actually smart. By him putting the Moon Dragon over here, it's gonna kind of prevent me from putting my Link Monster here so that I can have 2 Omni Negates. So him doing this, I thought like, okay, maybe he knows my deck. And then here was kind of like a misplay. I attacked with Cloud. I should have attacked with Thundery instead to spin back the Moon Dragon. So then I was able to make my Link Summon this turn. But I didn't make my Link Summon because without Cloud I cannot recycle back my canvas. So it was kind of like a misplay. I should have first gotten rid of the Moon Dragon with the Thunder so that I can then have this free space, make my Link Summon, and then spin back the what is it, the Time Thiever Duel. Alright, he's going to activate Brandon again. He's going to activate Brandon in High Spirit. Then he's going to send the Lubellion, but like, again, I don't know if these, I guess I see what he's trying to do. I guess he sent the Lubellion so that he can put it back into the deck and draw 1. So I'm going to hit him with the Ash Blossom. He's going to activate the Albion, sending the Brandon in High Spirit to the graveyard. Activating the Merly, milling some cards, milling the screen. The screen is going to get him the Sulliek. And then he's going to set 1. I'm going to activate my Rainy Canvas to spin back the Sulliek. Alright, then we draw into another field spell. Now our monsters come back to us. And then here I activate the Sun. So the Sun has an effect that when he's in the graveyard, you can send 1 face-up continuous spell or trap you control, send it to the graveyard, and then he can special summon himself from the graveyard. And then since we send canvas to the graveyard, our Cloud is going to activate to recycle it. Alright, but first I'm going to make my Omni Negate. So now we go into our Rainbow and we're going to put her over here. Now we have 3 Omni Negates. Now the Cloud is going to activate. We're going to recycle our spell and trap. He's going to try to spin it back. So I'm going to activate Sun, triggering my Link Monster. So it's going to negate the Medora. So now I can set back my spell and trap card, and now my field is full. So now I have 2 Omni Negates. I got a spin back a card, and I got a special summon a Weather Painter from my deck. And then Dimensional Fissure is still active. So my opponent is pretty fucked and he knows it, so he's just gonna scoop. And this is just how you control the field with Weather Painters, baby. Alright, let's move on to the deck list. Alright, my people, welcome to the deck list. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you all so much for sticking out with me. And let's just jump right into it. So we have 2 Maxis, 2 Ash Blossom, we have 3 the Weather Painted Snow, and this is pretty much your starter of the deck. You normal summon this and you're going to be able to set a spell or trap from your deck face up on your spell and trap zone. And with this card you're always going to set your Snowy Canvas, because the Snowy Canvas is going to allow you to add another weather card from your deck to your hand. And then with the Snowy Canvas you're always going to search for your field spell. Alright, then after that we have 3 Clouds. And then Cloud is kind of sort of like your recycle card. Whenever a weather spell or trap is sent to the graveyard, you can target 2 of those cards and then you can place them face up on your spell and trap zone. And then we have 1 Sun. Sun, if this card is in the graveyard, you can send 1 face up continuous spell or trap that you control to the graveyard, and then you can special summon this monster in defense position. And if you do, you can place 1 weather spell or trap card from your hand face up into your spell and trap zone. So sometimes if you want to get rid of like your skill drain or something like that, you can use Sun. And then after that we have 3 Weather Painted Thunder. And then Thunder, kind of similar to Sun, you can send 1 face up continuous spell and trap you control to the graveyard, and then you can place 1 weather spell or trap from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone. So also this can kind of help get rid of like skill drain. If for whatever reason you feel like skill drain is screwing you over, then you can kind of send skill drain to the graveyard and then you can add another card that you want. Then we have 1 Aurora. This is sort of like the brick. You don't want to see this in your hand. You want to always special summon this card off of the rainbow effect. But this card is really great, and this pretty much just protects your back row. So if your opponent hits you with the Lightning Storm or Harpy's Feather Duster, your weather spell and trap cards are safe. They cannot pop it. And then we have 2 Dimension Shifter. We got 1 Magnum Hut, 1 Saronir, 1 Druid's Worm. So these are all kind of like your Tearlaments killers, alongside with 3 Dimensional Fissures. So this is pretty much kind of like your Tearlaments killers. Alright, then we have this crazy card right here. I didn't get to showcase it a lot, but this card right here requires 3 tributes to normal summon, and then you can tribute a continuous spell or trap card or a monster. And if you do, this card is unaffected by those card effects. So that means if you use a trap card, a spell card, and a monster, this monster right here becomes unaffected by spell, trap, and monster effects. So I thought that shit is crazy. And it works really well, because if you use your weather spell or trap cards and you happen to have Cloud, then Cloud is able to recycle them. So it's like you never run out of resources. And then we got 1 Harpy's Feather Duster just to deal with back row. We got 1 Powder Prosperity to dig into our deck just in case if we have like any brick hands. And then we got the Weather Forecast, the field spell. The field spell is crazy. This is what's going to allow you to link summon into your boss monsters using your weather spell or trap cards instead of monsters. And then we have, as I mentioned, Dimensional Shifter and Snowy Canvas. Then we got 1 Rainy Canvas. This card is going to be able to return a spell or trap card that your opponent controls back to their hand. And then this card right here, it's situational, but this card allows you to have an opponent's monster, but then that monster can attack directly. But this can kind of help you clear out a tower or something like that. If there's a monster that has too much attack power for you to beat over, you can have it attack, and then maybe that will be enough for you to attack over it. Then we got 3 Infinite Impermanence, 1 Skill Drain, because Skill Drain does not hurt this deck at all. The only time Skill Drain hurts the deck is when you have your link monsters on the field. But because since we're banishing our monsters for cost, whenever we activate our spell or trap cards, Skill Drain does not negate our monster effects, because we're actually activating spell and trap card effects and not monster effects. So Skill Drain is definitely a must-have in this deck. And then we have 1 Thundery Canvas. This is like a unicorn. You can bounce back a monster to the hand. And then Rainbow Canvas can allow you to special summon a weather monster from your deck to your field as long as your opponent controls a monster. And then all of these cards are just kind of prosperity targets. The important cards is Rainbow. This is like your Omni Negate. As long as you have weather painter monsters underneath her, then you have up to 3 Omni Negates pretty much. And then your other important card is Moonbow. And then Moonbow is you can banish this card, then you can target one monster your opponent controls, and then you can banish it until the next standby phase. Also, if this card is Link Summon, you can special summon one of your banished weather monsters. And then if this Link Summon card is destroyed, you can special summon one rainbow from your extra deck. So this card can help you pretty much go into this. So they kind of work hand in hand with each other. But yeah, so Weather Painters, I just thought it's just a fun control deck to play if you want to fool around and you want to be of a nuisance to Tearlaments or anything like that. But yep, that's the deck, that's the video. Thank you all so much for checking it out, and if you enjoyed, please consider dropping a like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate any love and support that I can get from you guys. Thank you all, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon. Kiwami Games, peace out.